Gen X TrustFall, the podcast dedicated to planned and unplanned midlife changes and the ability to trust in the unknown. I'm Carla Loomis. Today's episode answers some 21st century problems that didn't exist when Gen Xers were young. First, what is in your Amazon cart and which child/family member/friend put it there? Which address will it be shipped to, and whose credit card is whose? Chico Girl Rhonda and I discuss the positives and negatives of having almost immediate access to dog poop bags, clothing, and party decorations. Next, how would you react if you discovered that you have a half sibling out there in the world? Thanks to DNA kits like 23andMe and Ancestry.com, how many of us might find out that we actually have 4 brothers, or that we actually do have a sister and she better not be cuter than me? My interview with Rachelle, who discovered an older sister about 10 years ago, had me asking myself how I would feel in her situation and whether I would react with as much class and grace as she did. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you enjoy. Thank you for coming back to talk to me.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for having me.
And you came up with this idea that we should talk about our favorite, but also our hated Amazon.
Oh, it's a bittersweet love with it.
It is. It's a love-hate. It's a love-hate.
It is a love-hate. Yes.
Because the last thing we need to do is make Jeff Bezos richer.
Exactly.
But can you live without those party decorations that can get to your house by tomorrow? You can't live without them. You have to have them by tomorrow. Right?
Exactly. Otherwise, you're spending a good hour and a half running to every party store all around the area. So it is. It's a bittersweet. It really is.
I agree. So how did you realize, this would be a good conversation?
Oh my goodness. Well, yesterday, because I'm about ready to head out to Hawaii, and I realized, oh my goodness, I need a cute pair of flat white sandals because it's a wedding thing we're doing in Hawaii. So I go to my Amazon account and I open up my Amazon account and I'm like, oh my goodness, one, who has 12 items in my in the shopping cart already? And it's just sitting in the shopping cart. So then I'm like, okay, well, it's like a mystery because I got to go through and figure out. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm just opening up my shopping cart this morning, and here I have a scientifically proven neck support for traveling.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming that's a pillow.
Yes.
A woman's summer polka dot maxi dress, compostable dog poop bags.
Oh.
And then I've got, a phone charger in there. And then we've got some stainless steel cutting boards. And then I've got a dog grooming vacuum kit in there.
Oh.
I'm like, what is the variety? And who has this in my account? So, I mean, just the variety of things that, are in an Amazon account that you could purchase. It just cracked me up. So that's why I was just like, I got to reach out. Because I'm sure I'm not the only person who is experiencing this.
No, I have to agree. And I recently did not add my mom to mine, but I've had to buy some things for her. So she prefers Walmart for some reason, and I think she got locked out of her Amazon account and she can't get back in. My mom loves sports, so she loves watching sports, and she loves to buy pictures of her favorite sports people. And so
okay.
Yeah.
She's a fan.
Yeah. And she has a sports wall. And so she has Joe Montana. And she has a tennis player that I can't think of right now.
Yeah, I don't know tennis players.
Yeah, I don't know. But she calls him her boyfriend. He's about 25 years old. And she calls him her boyfriend.
Hey, we can all dream.
Yes, that's her hall pass. Her hall pass is this tennis player. But there's a weird link because she says he looks like her grandson, my nephew. So I don't know if it's a little creepy, but when you're 85, you can say whatever you want.
You can say it and do whatever you want at 85. Yes.
Exactly. But she had to have a picture of Steph Curry.
Okay.
Which I'm not disagreeing. He's adorable.
She covers all the sports.
She does. She watches pretty much everything. Yeah, she really does. But Walmart did not have it, so I had to buy it at Amazon. And I don't really buy a lot from Amazon, but it was very specific. Like, she wanted this very specific thing. So I had to buy that. And of course, she had it on her computer. When I looked, I couldn't find it. Whatever. You know how that goes.
Yes.
So anyway, that's probably one of the last things. But it was for my mom. And so I had it delivered to her address. But on my credit card, it's like, oh my God, it's really confusing.
Well, it's really challenging because I have kind of a similar situation where I have a family member who had challenges with Amazon. And so you're better. I just said, here's my Amazon account. And so, and that one family member who utilizes, I think, my account more than I do, lives in New York. And so you get to checkout and then I have to double check. Okay, this can't go to New York. It's got to come here. And then it's like, oh gosh, all right, now I don't want to use their credit card. And then there's been times where I get the message, hey, so sorry, I accidentally hit your credit card. So I'm Venmoing you this.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So it's just insane. It
is.
The logistics. It's just crazy. But I mean, I just have to have a sense of humor about it because in the big picture of things, it's, I think, hilarious.
I know. It's not the simple, just go on and buy whatever's in your basket or your cart in Amazon. So I have another little caveat, which I might get in trouble for, but I hope not. Hopefully there's no law enforcement listening to this.
I know. The Amazon police.
Yeah, hopefully I won't get busted for this, but I live out on some acreage, and recently in the last, I would say 5 to 10 years, because of all the growth, right, that's happening in town, we have a major squirrel problem on the property, and they dig. They can do a lot of damage. They're ground squirrels, and so they dig. And so we have holes everywhere. Like, the squirrels just started taking over. So up until either 1 or 2 years ago, we could buy it. It's industrial. It's for ranchers. And if you ever see those T pipes, they're like thick irrigation pipes, and farmers make a T, right? And then they put the poison in the middle of the tea, so the squirrels crawl in, they eat the poison, and then they go and die.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So up until, so if you ever see that, if you ever see big white teas that are like bolted.
That's what those are?
That's what those are.
Yes, I drive up to Chico quite a bit, and I see those out in the orchards, and yes,
those are for
you
squirrels.
For educating me.
You're welcome. Okay, so that's what those tea things are, and they're made out of the plastic PVC pipe, right? And so we had those. I could order the squirrel bait or the squirrel poison on Amazon, and you would get like in big bulk, right? We would order that, and then my husband would go around, whatever. Well, either 1 or 2 years ago, California outlawed it. You can't buy it in California. So I started trying to buy it, right? You're trying
to go black market.
I didn't know there was a law, right? So I didn't know that the law had passed. And so I'm trying to buy it, and it was saying, this is not available in your area. This is not available in your area. And I was like, what the heck? So finally, I went to like a feed store, and they said, oh, you can't buy that in California anymore. So I'm like, who do I know who doesn't live in California? And where can I have it delivered? It's like my obsession. How can I get this shit to my house? Because the squirrels are destroying my
Squirrels
yard.
are destroying my yard.
Absolutely. They're digging under the garage. Like, and they're everywhere. So one of my good friends lives in Nevada. And I'm like, oh my God, I found it. I can do it now. And so now I have this stuff delivered to her house. She's probably thrilled that I'm having
and then
pounds and pounds of squirrel bait delivered to her house. And my brother goes to Nevada quite a bit, or she'll come to Hollister where I live and she'll bring it. I'm sure she loves that, carting this bait around, whatever it is, poison.
Over state lines.
So she's my mule. She's bringing the shit over the border.
Oh my God. All because of squirrels.
And like, you don't realize I have her address on my account, and I think I've mistakenly forgot that was the last address that I used. And so then she probably got some of my, my party supplies, right? Or something.
Oh, yeah. Or that hairspray that you didn't have time to run to the store for. and it's supposed to be delivered tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah. Or the crappy Chinese shoes that look like shit when they actually arrive. That look so cute on Instagram,
Oh, don't they? Yes.
Oh my God. So yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway, that's my Amazon. What are your last couple purchases on Amazon?
Oh, so I had a friend on 4th of July. She had these really cool sunglasses that like fit over her regular glasses. And so I was like, okay, I need that because I don't have prescription sunglasses. But if I want to read out in the sun, because I'm at that point in life where I need glasses to read.
Yes.
So that was one of them. Then, as I said, I ordered myself some of those sandals. Okay. But then, of course, I needed to get some dog bones in there as well. And then, and one of those like instant Kodak cameras as well, just for the wedding pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's amazing and what you can get along the way.
It really is. You can get anything from Amazon. It's shocking.
It is. It's shocking and frightening, but it's also very convenient. Yeah, like I said yesterday when I went in and I'm like, oh, wow, we've got a dog grooming kit, a neck pillow, and then I've got a polka dot dress.
I know.
I would love to know what other people have in their shopping carts.
I think that'll be one of my Facebook questions. Send me your Amazon cart of your last 4 things or something and how different they are. I almost had to take my husband off of Amazon because, and I don't know how I would do that, except I'd have to go in and I don't know.
Because he's so crazy with buying?
Well, not anymore. I had to put the kibosh on him because sometimes it's like, just because you can get another sweatshirt by tomorrow doesn't mean you need another sweatshirt. Like he's got, without exaggerating, because I tend to exaggerate, I would say between 25 and 40 sweatshirts.
Oh my.
Yes.
That's one for each, more than one a day he has.
Absolutely. And they're all either red or blue or black. All of them. So,
oh my goodness. So there's not even the rainbow of colors. It's just those.
Some of them, he's got like 2 or 3 the exact same because he coaches baseball and baseball teams love to give you hoodies. They love it. If you coach a team, they give you like 3 of the same ones. And so he has so many sweatshirts and then he'll be like, oh, I need a sweatshirt. No, let's
go to the closet.
Right? So, which he probably feels about my shoes, right? But my shoes are different. I never have the same pair of shoes twice.
No. But there's such a good variety, and you need different shoes for different situations.
Yes. But anyway, but I had to curb his Amazon. And he also doesn't understand the quality sometimes is not good. Like if you're finding something really cheap on Amazon, there's a reason why it's really cheap.
There's a reason why. But I will say one of the things I love about it is that their return situation.
That's true. Yeah.
You can just drop it off any place and it goes back. Not a problem, which is nice.
That's true. That is true. Although I never do it. It's like, it was only $10. Why do I need? I'm not. Like, that's my problem is I never return shit from Amazon.
I used to, but then I added it all up one time and I'm like, oh my gosh, I could go for a really nice dinner with all this stuff. So,
yeah. Or I could buy another pair of shoes from Amazon when I return it.
Exactly. And why wait for the credit to hit? I'm just going to go ahead and buy those shoes now.
And we have like multiple residences that use our address for deliveries. I think the Amazon guy is there at least once a day, maybe twice sometimes.
Oh my.
And the craziest thing is there are 2 Amazon warehouses in our town. So, huge ones, not little. These are huge Amazon, whatever they're called, relay stations. I don't know what they are.
Is that where they pack it from?
I don't know, but no, they must house it because sometimes if I order something, it'll say, do you want this delivered in the next 3 hours? Like, holy shit. Are you kidding me? Like, are you spying on me? What is happening?
Oh
yeah, it can be there super fast.
That's before I can even get myself out the door. 3 hours.
Exactly. We live at half an hour out of town. Like, yeah, you want to bring that to me right now? Please.
Sure. Yeah. And I can still be in my PJs. Awesome.
It's like a pizza delivery. Like, sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's crazy.
It is.
Thank you so much for talking to me about this because I think a lot of people can relate, especially when you have like grown kids that I think everyone has at least 2 people on their Amazon account for sure.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like I said, I hope the Amazon police are not listening because I have a few more than that. And then those people put other people's credit cards on my account. There's my one person who lives in New York was nannying for somebody incredibly wealthy who owns a hotel in a resort town. And so I have her credit card on my account. And I'm like, oh, I can't buy on that. That would be dangerous. Yeah. I mean, Amazon's so convenient, but it's also the checkout process is very, very scary for me.
Yeah. And I think it's one of those modern day little, I wouldn't call it a problem. I mean, really, when you're talking about getting something delivered to your house within a day or less, that's not a problem. That's such a benefit of living in this world today.
Oh, yes. In this day and age, definitely.
Remember the fucking Sears catalog?
Oh.
Like, imagine,
yes.
I mean, you picked out your Christmas toys in October or something.
Exactly.
Because that's how long it took
to get. Oh, yeah. And being the youngest of 4, you had to page over and then you circled the item and wrote your name next to it to make sure that
Yes.
they knew it was you and not your sibling.
Yes. Yes. And you could not tear that page out because
Oh, no.
you had to use that for the next 3 months or 6 months or whatever. Like, heck no, you better not be tearing that Sears catalog up. Oh,
No
my
way.
gosh. No way. And then filling out the paper for it. Like, I mean, thankfully my mom did all that, but freaking imagine that shit. Like,
I know.
we get it. It's crazy. That's how I give my nephew his birthday gifts now and Christmas. Like, what does he want? Tell me on Amazon. And then I just have it shipped right to his house. Like,
It's so convenient. Yeah. Or like my sunglasses situation that I was talking about. I just asked her, could you send me the link to those glasses? And then I just clicked on the link and then it immediately went into my account, put it in my basket, and then there we are. Bada bing, bada boom. Yep.
It's so easy, but it's also, it's, I guess, what is that called? Like a quandary or something. I don't know, where it's just, it's great. And then you also have these just,
it could be very dangerous.
And if you're not super careful or you're not menopausal, where your brain is just somewhere else sometimes and you do the dumbest shit ever and you accidentally charge your dog poop bags to the rich lady in New York.
Who doesn't have a dog?
Who doesn't have a dog? Oh my God.
What is this? I mean, this is real world problems.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, thanks again. I appreciate you talking to me about it.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So. All right. We will chat again. Thanks, Rhonda.
Sounds great. Have a good one.
You too.
All right.
My name's Rachelle, and I was born and raised in the San Francisco Bay Area. I currently live at the East Bay. Been here for about 30 years, and I'm excited to be part of your show.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm so glad you're here. And a little background, we have a common friend. You met her in childhood, and then I met her in college. And so we got to hang out a little bit in those years, right? The college years. I think we took a spring break trip together and we had a lot of fun. So I'm really glad that she had known about your story or found out about your story and hooked us up for this. So thank you for being here. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
All right. So can you go into your childhood a little bit, your background?
Sure. I was born in San Francisco. My father also was born in San Francisco. My mother came from Europe via South America, World War II baby. I have one older sister. We were raised on the peninsula in the San Carlos area, had a very suburban, your typical 1960s, 70s household.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I was a little different than my friends because my parents had a 20-year difference. So my father was almost more grandfatherly, although he was the most immature grandfather you'd ever have. Super, super silly, fun, goofy guy. But yeah, grew up in the peninsula, had your high school experience. I went off to college. I stayed in California, did the college thing.
Mm-hmm.
I met this really wonderful guy while I was on vacation in Mexico. I ended up moving to Chicago, spent 7 years in Chicago. And then we came back because who can leave California permanently? Not I.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. You can't beat the weather.
You really can't, especially right now. And my husband got one hint of a Thanksgiving where he was laying on my mother's porch at 60 degrees. And he's like, okay, we're coming back.
Right.
So we've been back here since 96, I think.
Okay.
And raised my family in the Danville area. And here we are.
Yeah, that sounds like a very typical life so far, right?
Yes.
I think you said about 10 years ago, you had a little surprise.
I did. I don't know how much detail you want, but it was kind of funny.
Yeah,
I was at a Christmas bunko party with like 40 people, and we were having a grand old time. And I just needed to step away for a minute. And I noticed on my phone I had gotten a ping from Ancestry.com. Thought, well, that's interesting. I'll take a look. I have a lot of cousins all over the world, and I've connected with them. But I open up this message, and there's this long message that says, "Hi, just wondering, was your father in the Navy? And did he own a trucking company in San Francisco? And
Oh
was he
boy.
Jewish? And all these details. And I'm thinking, oh, yeah, that all connects. She's like, and in the middle of it, well, I think you might have a sister.
Oh
If
boy.
you're interested, I need you to contact me. I'm her aunt.
Oh
And if
boy.
not, then I'm sorry I bothered you. And this was like around 11 p.m. to midnight.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm freaking out. So I couldn't handle being at the party. I literally was like the Energizer Bunny. Like, I don't know what to
Yeah.
think. I was processing. My husband's like, what is going on? What did they slip in your drink? Like, we gotta go. And so my wheels are just spinning. And I didn't want to call my mom. It was late anyway, but I didn't want to freak her out. And
Right.
I just was literally spinning.
Yeah.
And so I believe it was, oh gosh, I'm going to miss the story up a little bit. I ended up calling this woman
Okay.
and she picked up the phone. I was like so amazed she picked up the phone because my husband like, what are you doing?
You called her that night?
Yes. Oh, it gets worse, Carla. Wait,
Oh my
it gets
gosh.
worse.
Okay. Okay. And so, because here's what I'm thinking. If we were like the reversal of maybe on the East Coast and they were, you know what I mean? Like if,
Yeah.
but they're 3
Nope.
hours ahead. So that even if she were on the East Coast, that would have been 3 a.m. or 4, you know what I mean? Like
So, yeah.
even later. Okay. So
It's around 11-ish, 12-ish, somewhere in there.
oh my gosh. I wonder if she decided like, I'm going to do this really late so that she's asleep. I'm trying to think of the logic of texting you that late.
Yeah, I don't know. She's an elderly woman. She's
Okay.
in her 80s, or maybe then she was probably in her early 80s then. And she picked up right away. You know, maybe she's a night owl. My mom's a total night owl. So,
Okay.
you know, she may sleep till noon and be up all night. I don't know. But I just had to call her. And she, you know, we talked briefly. It wasn't long. And she's just like, you know, if this is true, she gave me her whole scoop. And I don't know if you want the whole scoop, but basically, she's this younger sister of a woman who had given her, you know, her sister gave a baby up for adoption.
Okay.
Never wanted her children that she raised to know about it or her husband.
Okay.
So the sister was like, that's just not fair to them. And it's not
Yeah.
fair. You know, they have a right to know they have a sibling. And her sister was like, no, not until I'm gone. I can't deal with it.
Okay.
And I mean, I have her whole backstory, but I don't know if we want to get into that. But ultimately, she passed. And the moment her sister found any details, he reached out and she found the child who's 60 something years old at this point. Anyway, well, actually, I don't know how old she was when she found her, but basically she found her. And I'll just say my half sister was like, oh, that's nice of you to reach out. But I had a wonderful childhood and, you know, I love my parents and, you know, thank you. But I have no interest in putting my DNA out there.
Okay.
But, you know, thank you for letting me know. And her newfound aunt was like, I'll own it. You know, it'll be through me. No one will bother you. I just think, you know, siblings have a right to know that they exist, blah, blah, blah. And my house is just like, hey, if you want to own it, sure, go for it. But I really don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care to know.
Okay.
And so what happened was the sister met her. So they somehow agreed to meet.
Okay.
With another sister that's not related to me. And the whole time, the aunt thought the father was somebody else. So when she met my half sister, she goes, oh, I know who your father is now. And it's not what we thought.
What?
Because she looks just like my father. She looks just like my
gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm just going to review how I understand.
It's a little confusing. It's a little confusing.
A woman had a baby. She put the baby up for adoption. Her sister knew about it. The woman then married and had children. And the sister wanted to let the other children know that they had a sibling, but the mother was insistent that not until she died. And then when she died, the sister started reaching out to the child that was
she
put up
started
for
searching
adoption.
for her. She started searching for her and
found her, and then met up with her. And when she saw her, she realized, oh, I know who your father is.
Exactly.
Basically. Who is also your father.
Correct.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So, oh my gosh. So that was previously in time. And then.
Right.
And now this woman, this nosy aunt.
Yes.
is
determined.
Reaching out to you because she knew who your father was and is saying, oh, I'm going to let this person know that she has a half sister.
Exactly.
Okay. So their half sister did not do ancestry.com.
She did not do on her own. What happened is the aunt bought the kit, owned the account, and said, I'll manage all this if you're willing.
Okay,
and so,
gotcha.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
Not how I thought the story was going to go. Like, that's not okay. Kind of an unconventional way to find out, probably, but.
Yes. Okay, well, it gets a little curvier.
Okay.
So anyway, when I find out her name from this aunt, I go ballistic. And we're now at like midnight-ish, 12:30-ish, somewhere in there. And I just go crazy on my phone, searching the name, seeing if I could find where she is.
Okay.
And I don't know, I swear it was my father from above. It didn't take very long. And her cell phone pops up, literally.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm like, I think this is her.
Yeah.
Is about the same age. And it just had her name, her last name, and then her phone number. And I don't know if it was cluster maps or it was one of the search engines, but it came up pretty darn quickly. And I was like, I got to call her. Don't call her. Don't call her. And my husband's like, you are absolutely nuts. You are not calling her. And I just couldn't stop myself, Carla. So I literally call this woman, and it's now.
You did not.
I did. It was like, I don't know, 2 a.m. I'll have to ask her. She remembers because it was like, it freaked her out. So anyway.
Oh my gosh.
I call her and she answers, hello?
Yeah. She probably thinks there's some disaster happening.
It's something. And I said, no, I might have the wrong number. I am so sorry to disturb you. I just want to, ask very quickly if your name is this and you were born here and blah, 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 and whatever. And she's like, who is this? And I was apologizing profusely, and I gave her my name, and I said, I believe you might be my half sister. And then she sobered up really quickly. It was like, wait a minute, give me a second. So she, I guess, wakes up and puts lights on, and she goes and grabs a bunch of papers and a file. And so we just start talking, and I mean, she was lovely. She was tripped out and, groggy and whatnot, but we're going over details and whatnot. And I start sending her, via text pictures. She'd never seen her dad. She never knew she had siblings.
Right.
So we started a conversation, and, I would say I gave her a lot of information. She didn't have a ton of questions. I think I had more questions.
Yeah.
Because she knew a little bit because this aunt had given her a little bit. That's where the file came from. But I wouldn't say she was excited. She was just like, okay, well, this is cool. She warned me that she warned me she's a little apprehensive to meet me because she met this aunt's daughter who is psycho.
Oh,
total psycho.
Oh, no.
So I was like, at your leisure, if you want to meet up for a cup of coffee, it's all on you. I just wanted to introduce myself, give you contact. And, if you'd like to meet me or your other half sister.
Right.
Let me know. And she's like, let me call you in the morning when I can be awake and really process this. And so that's how we were introduced, was like this call at this point, it's like 2, 3 in the morning. My husband was ready to kill me because I'm in bed next to him while it's all going on.
Wow.
A little crazy.
So she's at least 10 years older than you. Is that right?
Yeah, I think a little more. I think she's 12 years older. Let's see.
Okay.
So my full bio sister's 4 years older.
Okay.
And then she's like 7 years older than my other sister.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. And so I'm going to ask the inappropriate, rude question. So this was not while your parents were married?
No, actually,
Okay.
we were trying to do the math. We were trying to figure it out, but no, because it was only a few years earlier, though. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Do you want the backstory on the mother and my father, or I don't know how much detail you want?
It's up to you. I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. Like we don't need that. I'm kind of more interested just, well, first of all, that's always the question, right? Like when, right. as a listener of the story, there's always that like, oh, because that changes, that's going to change your mom's reaction. It's going to change your reaction. It's going to change your biological sister's reaction, right? Like if you're,
right.
I'm just going to say it, like if your dad was out screwing around on your mom, you're going to have probably a different just emotional reaction to finding that news out, as opposed to your dad is much older than your mom, had a complete life before they married, and it's much more, not acceptable. That's the wrong word.
Right.
But
I know what you mean.
Easier to digest, I think. Like,
absolutely.
If someone's parents got married at 20 and whatever, like it's
right,
just totally different. Yeah. So I think that's kind of the first question of like, when did this happen? And so, just to kind of make it more complicated, then your dad had passed away quite a while ago. So there wasn't even, probably never a conversation about this.
Absolutely not. The joke came around, you never know, right. Blah, blah, blah. I think the dynamics of it was, like you said, more palatable. It was surprising, but it wasn't like out of, the universe that this could possibly happen.
Right.
But he obviously had a relationship on and off with this woman because the sister knew him, Yes. And again, I won't get into their backstory, but yeah, so I have to say my mom's reaction was a little different than I expected because my mom's super happy-go-lucky. She was like surprised but not surprised. And she was like, I knew this could happen. It was before her. She was a little surprised that it wasn't that long before her because he never said anything specific to her. So we don't know if he knew. And that's been my biggest challenge. I mean, to me, it's like, I haven't had my dad for 30 years. And it's kind of like he left me a surprise gift,
I love that outlook of it, though. That's such a positive way to look at it, because especially if your half-sister looks just like him, you probably, can feel him there with you when you're talking to her.
No, if I feel that way, I think it's almost like she's not like a sister. I didn't grow up with her, but when I'm with her and we're having these conversations, there's not too many people in the world I can have these kind of family conversations with,
Yeah.
I've met her. She has an adopted brother. My older sister, that is my full biological sister, was curious to meet her, met her once and was done.
Oh, okay.
It was nice. It was great. I met her. I saw her. She has no interest in pursuing a relationship.
Right.
My mom's reaction is, wow, okay, tell me about her. I want to know, but my mom has no interest in meeting her. She's worried it will, she looks so much like my dad, more than my sister or I do. And I was always told I look just like my dad. So,
wow.
I mean, she's has very, specific features that like my father. So I think my mom's a little worried about how she'll feel and how, what feelings might come up because, obviously she misses him terribly. But
And I get that. I get that. And I would think like, oh, there was this whole life that he had before me, which, you know, you tend to think of people as not having complete lives or, you know, before they were in your life. I mean, so yeah, I kind of get that. And I can understand, I think change at that older age, finding something like that out too, it's a lot harder to adjust to when you're in your 70s and 80s. And I think that generation too, that was such a shameful thing to have a child out of wedlock at that point. And it sure happened a lot, but it was so unacceptable, you know, publicly. And I mean, all those men that went over to Vietnam, to Korea, to other countries in the military, how many of them probably never told anyone back at home that they were with a woman from wherever they were stationed, and here 20, 30, 40 years later, here come the kids, you know? And so it was just such a shameful thing. I mean, I think even when we were in high school, if you were pregnant, they sent you to another school.
Yeah, that's true.
Even our generation, it's a different mindset that our parents had, that generation. So, but with 23andMe or Ancestry, I mean, most of us could have a sibling out there that we don't know about.
Well, that's why I kind of like, okay, what are there more? You know?
Yeah.
You just don't know.
No.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy.
And so now you feel you have a relationship that works for you with your half sister.
Yeah, I've seen her, but so here's the thing that gets really weird to me. You know, did my dad have any inkling? Did he know? He had a on and off relationship with this woman for 10 years. So that's a big curiosity, because what this woman ended up doing, which, okay, this is a little more detail, but so I'm Jewish. She wasn't. So he was never going to marry her. And ultimately, she put the baby up for adoption in a Jewish adoption agency.
Interesting.
Which says she really loved him because she wanted to make sure his child, you know, like she could have just been over it. But she really wanted to marry him, and he just wasn't going to do it, the jerk. So anyway, my half sibling was then adopted by a family who only lived a city away from me.
Wow.
So when she and I got to talking, we had the same orthodontist. We went to the same temple. She was a waitress at restaurants we used to go to. And I always wonder, gosh, did we ever cross paths? Did my dad ever have her as a waitress and ever question, could this be my daughter? Like, I don't know what he did or didn't know. And that's the hardest thing. I'll never know that.
Yeah. Yeah. And if it was a movie, you would find his diary in the back of the closet, right? That told all of everything that he knew or something. But
yeah, my full sister, she and I have talked about it, and she likes to talk about our other sister. She just doesn't necessarily want to talk to her. It's interesting. But my dad was one of those older guys, because, you know, he was 40 something when I was born. When we'd go to a restaurant and there was a baby like in a high chair near us, my dad would go sing to the baby and wave and coo. My dad loved children, just loved children. He was a big child himself. So my sister and I both think, gosh, he would have wanted to know. And I think he really would have wanted to be part of her life. I really want to believe that. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if he was a jerky young man, but my father was the opposite of a narcissist. There was not a narcissistic bone in his body that I experienced. Maybe as a young man. We do know he had lots of girlfriends. I'm not going to lie. So, you know, who knows in the end, you know, what else could happen or show up. But we really want to believe that if he knew there was a baby coming into this world, if he liked it or not, that he would have wanted to partake at some level. But we'll never know.
And I think the societal pressures at that point were probably so great that it wasn't just I love kids, or I'm going to do the response. Like, I think there's so many more complicated factors that go into
Absolutely.
that. And from her perspective too, right? The mother's perspective of just being an unwed mother, that was really, I mean, she probably had to hide for the last 3 months of her pregnancy, depending on her situation. So yeah, I think it's really hard to know, but I also think that you should keep that belief in your head because, you're, like you said, like you're really never going to know, but also you have those positive memories of your father. And so it probably makes your half sibling feel better too, to think, okay, if he had known, he would have been in my life.
Right.
I think that's a really nice thought, and it's equally as possible as, whatever. Thank you for sharing your story. I really appreciate it. And I love your positivity about it because, like we talked about earlier, that could go either way. You could really struggle. I'm an only daughter. And so I think thinking, oh my gosh, like there's another daughter out there. I don't know what it is about being a daughter and thinking about your father, but you kind of do want to be special. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think that could have gone the other way where you were not going to embrace it and you were not going to be positive about it. So I think that's just a great outlook to have in general, but also with the shock like this. Which, again, I'm going to reiterate, pretty much any of us could find a sibling out there somewhere, and you're not the only story that I've heard about. You're just the first person willing to talk about it.
Aw.
And so I appreciate that a lot.
Well, thank you. It's fun to talk about it because every time I tell the story, I'm still kind of a little in disbelief,
Yeah.
And I always think, how cool would it have been to have a big sister that could have helped me through stuff? I had an older sister, but she had an interesting life herself. But it would have been fun to have another one of us. That meant more presents at your birthday,
Yeah, exactly. Well, I loved hearing that story, and I think you called it a twist. Like there were twists and turns that I didn't really expect. It wasn't the way that you think you're going to find out, right? Every time I look at my ancestry, that thought goes through my head. Oh, I wonder, what I'm going to find. And maybe it's not just a sibling, but there's a cousin that we found out about, aunt or uncle so-and-so had a child, whatever. It doesn't have to be a sibling, but I'm glad it has worked out.
Thank you.
For you. And I appreciate it. And thank you so much for being a guest.
My pleasure.
I love talking to you again.
Sounds great talking to you again, too. Well, I haven't seen you for 100 years, so maybe we can all grab a cocktail or a coffee or something someday soon.
That sounds awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Carla. Have a great
one. Okay, you too.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you for joining me on today's adventure. Thanks to Chico Girl Rhonda for the Amazon topic idea and for actually having more people tied to her Amazon account than I do. Special thanks to Rachelle for sharing her family story of discovery and for having such a gracious and open heart. Thank you for listening to Gen X TrustFall. If you liked this episode or have a suggestion for a potential guest, please check out our website at genxtrustfall.com. Gen X TrustFall is produced by me and the recording master, Ryan Loomis, at Double Banger Studio. Music by Ryan and Sam. Website and advisory by Amy Clifford.